Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a while since I've made a YouTube video, but here I am. I felt a sudden call to do a reading for this page for the eclipse. So welcome if you're new, welcome back if you are not. Thanks for supporting, and if you like my videos, be sure to definitely subscribe so whenever I do post next, you'll be notified. Alright, so with today we're doing pick a pile style, excuse me. I have some specific messages that I asked for each pile. So first we're going to focus on what you need to release with this eclipse. Second, the next three messages are going to be from three different oracles, just random messages from your guides that you need right now during this eclipse period and this full moon period, as well as a last message from your higher self. I'll be using the Power of Surrender, Angel Answers, Queen of the Moon Oracle, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and the Divine Feminine, what is this again? Messages from the Divine Feminine Oracle deck as well. And you're welcome to pick a number 1 or 2, left or right, or red jasper, or tiger's eye with these messages. So whenever you're ready, pick a pile, and then you're welcome to tune into the messages. I will mark when, I'll put a little indicator of when the time for pile number 2 is and pile number 1 as well. Alright guys, let me know how the messages resonate. I'm sending you all so much support and energy and love for this energy and time period right now because it's been super intense. So I know, it's not been easy, but we will get through this. All right, on to the readings. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1 with red jasper or the left, let's see our messages. All right, so our release message for this time period is surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So maybe this is a cycle for us, for those of you who resonate with this message, that we need to let go of feeling like we're constantly obsessed or thinking about or wondering what's going on with this other situation, this other person, this career opportunity, this opportunity in general, and we need to let go of that thinking once and for all. Because it's hindering our own growth. Instead of focusing on another thing or another situation, we need to focus on the things that we can do. So that's something that we need to work on releasing with this eclipse period. We also have the message, let go, from the Angel Answer Oracle. We have the message, resilience, from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm going to scooch these over to fit one more. And then we also have the Metal King from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Last but not least, we have the message, I am healing my self-worth, from the messages from the Divine Feminine, which I'm just channeling right now as messages from your higher self. So guys, let's see. Let's channel these messages, shall we? Let go and surrender obsessive thinking, I feel like, are going like piggybacking, off each other. You're being asked, to let go of this constant thought process, like this constant worry and stress around a project, a person, money, like whatever this situation is, you're being asked to let go for a reason. You're being asked to let go and let God, because you keep trying to insert yourself thinking that you can do something, but you've already done all that you can with resilience here. You've done everything you can in terms of the changes that you can make, in terms of the physical things that need to shift. I just keep getting like, you've done your part and now it's time to hand over the situation to the divine. And you're having a hard time letting go of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just reflecting this right here back to you. You're healing your self-worth. This is what I feel the situation is. You're trying to obsess and overgive and think the things that you can do regarding the situation, and you're not letting go, and you're wanting to like keep persevering and pushing at something, at this thing, because you're trying to overextend yourself because you have low self-esteem. That's probably going to trigger a lot of you, but I feel like this is what the issue is, which is why you're being asked to surrender and release this, and then you're being asked to release some more. Sometimes we will overgive in a way like that we don't acknowledge. We will overextend ourselves to fill a void, for lack of better terms, or kind of compensate for the other person or the other situation not meeting us halfway. And this is where we need to lay some boundaries, and we need to discipline ourselves. Where, like, to what extreme, to what extent are we going to give ourselves? To this point, to this 10 of Wands energy here, I think not. That needs to shift this year, guys. That is what's going to set this tone for the next 6 months. Do we really want to keep doing this for the next 6 months? Or do we want to work on healing our self-worth and know that we don't have to do this in order to receive what we desire? Let's read directly from the handbook, the guidebook, for these 2 cards here, because I feel some messages that want to come out. And for some reason, I've just been, called to read directly from these. Okay, so with resilience, we have number 21, the waning gibbous, number 5. Making mistakes builds resilience. I have learnt my lessons from the mistakes I have made. I stand strong. I am an adult and I act with self-responsibility. Discipline, guys. Discipline. The affirmation here to go with this is I am strong and resilient. Wow. Yeah, so, I mean, exactly what I said. You are meant to, go through these cycles, but to what extent? Don't repeat these cycles any longer, especially for the next 6 months. If you've acknowledged that this is what your issue is, this is what you need to work on, then deal with it the way you need to now. So you don't have to keep doing this 10 of Wands crappy energy of doing all the work and then feeling like it's going nowhere. It's going to go somewhere if you're productive and mindful of where it is going. Ooh, wow, that just totally fell. Okay, the Metal King, we have number 37. Just wanted to see the number, damn it. Okay. We have discipline, armor, and boundaries. And since it's upright, it is considered our ally. The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. Others' emotions are not yours, no matter how empathetic you may be. Another of the Metal King's messages is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. It's a good time to shine and to be proud of what you have accomplished. Exactly. Just because, what you want hasn't manifested quite yet, and that's why you're obsessing over it, doesn't mean you're not worthy of it. Chances are the reason why it hasn't manifested is because you haven't let go of this mentality of feeling like you have to go through this in order to receive something. And that's what your guides are trying to purge out of your physical vessel and system right now. Not only on a mental level, but on a cellular and physical level itself. It's purging out of you, so let it go. Alright guys, those are your quick messages. We'll move on to pile number 2. Alrighty guys, so if you pick pile number 2 or right or tiger's eye, these are your messages. Okay. We have surrender to setting limits as our release message. So where are we, maybe consciously or subconsciously, not allowing ourselves or our potential to fully come through? Where are we maybe even setting limits on the things that can come to us, the blessings and the miracles and opportunities that can come to us because of our own lack mentality, maybe? All right, our angel answer oracle message is reconsider. Our Queen of the Moon oracle message is boundaries. Our Wisdom of the Hidden Realm message is the eyes of beauty. And lastly, our message from my higher self is my gifts are expanding rapidly. I'm going to shimmy these over a little bit so we can get all of them in the view. Okay. All right, guys. So let's first off read the message here. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So not only did I channel that message from earlier, the other message is quite literal here. Where do you need to maybe start saying no to other people and say yes to yourself? Yep, I just burped. That goes hand in hand with boundaries. Now, the message I'm getting with reconsider is we need to reconsider that maybe the other person is not at fault here, and maybe we have been the one giving them permission to treat us the way we have shown them it's okay to treat us. Boundaries yet again. Maybe it's time to go hermit mode, go into little cocoon mode here for this weekend, and do some soul searching and reconsider. Where do you need to have a hard talk with yourself? Where do you think that you can improve instead of trying to always pin the blame on someone else and someone else's actions at fault? Maybe our own faults are what have led us to where we are right now. The other message that I keep getting very strongly is the first thing that channeled through with this card here. Where are we not allowing the things that want to come to us because of our own lack, our own sense of lack and feeling like we don't deserve? We have the eyes of beauty with positive expectations and clarity here. I feel like this is going to be your breakthrough, this eclipse. You're meant to release this for this eclipse to set the tone for the next 6 months, but this is what is going to come from it. And once you start expecting positive things and expecting opportunities to come your way, expecting success, expecting abundance in every form to come your way, and you see it, and you see the opportunities with clarity, and you believe it with everything that you are, and you release these boundaries of, I can't have this because of this, and let go of the circumstances you find yourself in as a confinement and life sentence, is when these things will start coming in. And when those things start coming in, this is when your own intuition, your own gifts and abilities start expanding rapidly. And I feel like it's already happening for you, which is why you're being asked to purge this out of your system and to really take a hard look at yourself. Healing is not an easy thing, guys. Healing takes serious guts. It takes some serious balls to really look at yourself and say, hey, I know what I'm doing is toxic. The other person is always not the toxic person. The other situation is not always a life sentence. Sometimes we are toxic to ourselves and other people, and that's just something we have to make peace with. We're not for everyone, and not everyone is for us. We're not for every situation, and not every situation is for us. We are only experiencing at the time what we have decided that we needed to experience in order to gain further growth on our own soul path. So right now, what are we being asked to let go of because it's done its job? We've learned our lesson from it, and we need to let go. Boundaries. That's what needs to go now. Now reconsider everything that has led you up to this point. What needs to go now? What resonates with you and what does not? We are entitled to at any time change the way we are and improve ourselves constantly. That is the name of growth. That is the name of life. That is the purpose of life. We need to constantly evolve and change into becoming better versions of ourselves. Otherwise, what good does that do ourselves or anyone else? What's the purpose of life purpose? We are meant to change so we're able to help others as well. And sometimes helping others comes in the form of just being that example for someone else. We don't need to force it on anyone. So start expecting new things to come in. Start expecting positive things to come in instead of allowing yourself to just kind of sit in victim mentality and tell yourself, this is as far as I'll go. This is as successful I can be because of my circumstances around me. Ooh, call me a rapper. Okay, so, so let's get some deeper messages for both the Queen of the Moon Oracle and the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms from the guidebook. So we have boundaries with number 12. Judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. Judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care. Simplify. Clarity. Set that intention. Be crystal clear. How are you crystal clear? I keep thinking this is like Archangel Michael with his sword and like the blue and everything. Maybe a lot of you are working with him. Maybe a lot of you are going to be called to work with him soon for this clarity. Ask him to cut away the bullshit that doesn't need to be there anymore. Ask him to help because he wants to help you guys. Your guides want to help you. Your higher self, your creator, whatever you resonate with, your ancestors, your ascended masters, they want to help you. Allow them to. Ask for their help. Ask for their intervention. Because I really keep getting Archangel Michael very clearly. He wants to help cut away any toxicities, any cords, any limits, any anxieties, fears, self-doubt, and he wants to help replace them with this clarity, with that crystal clear intention. I keep getting the Ace of Swords as well with that sword, like that clarity. I always get that when I get the Ace of Swords. Clarity, truth. So now, when it comes to those boundaries, what is your truth? When I said, what resonates with you and what doesn't, what is your truth? What are you allowing yourself to indulge in? And I want y'all to remember something very important. If we don't say no to something that we want to, we are still saying yes to it, passively. I want y'all to really think about that, okay? Okay. And the affirmation to go with this card is, I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. Wow. So I channeled that before I even said this affirmation. Wow. Can't make this shit up. Okay. Eyes of Beauty with number 25. Since it is upright, it is showing as our ally, not our challenger. When the Eyes of Beauty show up as your ally, they require you to examine your perceptions. Do you see the world as perfect and beautiful? Can you retrace your steps from your past to now and see the perfection in the way reality has been created? What did I say about retracing your steps with reconsider? Everything that has brought you to this very moment. That's basically what I see happening, or see as the message here again. Truly, perception is everything. A glass half empty is the same as a glass half full, yet so different according to how it's perceived. The Eyes of Beauty remind you that if you move forward with conviction, all is well. All is well now and always will be. You will see true prosperity as a result. Expect to see beauty and you will attract your highest good. Exactly, guys. Like, you guys are just leveling up here, especially with this coming through. I say that very strongly and firmly. This group, if you pick this pile, you are going to be going through some major transformation, and you already are, and I know you feel it. Just push harder because some major, breakthroughs are about to come through, and these gifts are about to come in, and not only will you be able to help yourself, you're going to be able to help other people. I feel that very strongly for this group. All right, guys, those are your messages for this eclipse period. Let me know how the messages resonate down below, and I'm sending you all so much love once again. We will chat soon. Bye.